Man, yeah, we're live. Hey there, peoples
Yes.
of YouTube. Hey there, peoples of YouTube. I'm the motorcycle Mick, and yes, I'm a grown-ass man about to be 27, eating French toast sticks for dinner with chocolate milk. So, yeah, I'm never growing up.
Hashtag goals.
I am once joined again by Johnny, the Trailer Queen Roblox.
I accept that. I accept it. It's road blocking. It's, whatever. I'm okay with that. Because,
It's a
when I get there, I'm fully refreshed and ready to ride. People can talk all the shit they want, but I trailered mine, bitches.
cheers to you, man. Oh, so how have you been this week? Just been good, busy, good. I know you guys just had your actually real quick before I'm gonna cut him off before he even gets to speak. If you guys did not check out their live stream yesterday, they have one every Wednesday night. Well, no, sorry, last night was the last Wednesday night because they're going back to the podcast now, and I found out that I get to
Next
fill
week.
in if 20 people can't fill in for Uncle Ken. So, but their live stream last night was talking about gyros on motorcycles. That's the new technology that allows the motorcycle to self balance, basically ride itself.
Well,
I,
it's. You took it way to the extreme on there. The gyro in the motorcycle is there so that it can help assist in keeping your bike straight up and down. That's all the gyro is there for.
Okay, but in reality, what that's going to be used for, if you look at the BMW motorcycle that actually has it, that means that it's going to be writing itself. Anyways,
Yeah.
real quick in the side chat right now, if you guys are in here watching, be sure to comment on the side. I love to shout people out and fellow content creators. We have Patrick Hattrick, Jones's Rides says, "Sup, Mick? Sup, Mick? Sup, Joneses?
Hey,
Joneses. I don't know.
pop Mrs. Peaches up there for a second.
Yeah, is that before or after you took a shit? Just asking for a friend.
Oh, but look at her image. Doesn't she look like Tiffany Amber Thiessen?
Like I'm supposed to know who that is?
The hot chick from Saved by the Bell.
There you go. You get that. That's just.
Just saying. That's what I see.
Oh yeah. So real quick, Patrick, this is Between Two Wheels. He has a podcast. This is one of the guys on there. There's three of them. The three bromigos, and they talk about motorcycle stuff, and they're way more famous than me. So
Famous.
I'm just here for the clout. That's what my life's about. That didn't even rhyme. I didn't even try. Oh Jesus. Anyways, we got Ty from how you guys everybody doing tonight? I'm doing good. Johnny is doing something. I see even his pictures like who? Like I don't know.
What?
What's up, Scott Mitchell?
Okay, I will find a picture and pop it up whenever I get a good one.
Okay, if you get a good one.
Just for her, and I'll find one that's not a nude.
That's oddly specific and sounds like a very small area. So if you guys did miss the video this week, go check it out. It's in my video list somewhere around here. I talked about how Harley-Davidson could make the 2021 Heritage Special actually special. They did a lot less for the 18 through 20 models for the special editions. I mean, they really, I feel like, took shortcuts to give it that special name. But yeah, go check it out. I actually did some pretty decent. Actually, I thought I was pretty excited about the B-roll in there. So if at least you watch the first 4 minutes, you'll get some great content. After that, it's still great content. Keep watching and hit the thumbs up. So yeah, also too, if you're watching, hit the thumbs up on this video.
Okay. Here.
But that's about where. So go check out that video. There you go. What, you got another one?
Here we go.
Is that Topanga?
No.
I don't remember.
Now pop Mrs. Peach's comment up there. See? The eyes, the shape of the eyes, the way the chin comes in, the cheeks.
I just.
It's whatever. I mean, I'm just saying.
I'm gonna get like, yeah. Anyways,
She doesn't see it. Okay.
no. And Patrick says, I don't miss your videos. What a boss. Also, if you guys are enjoying this, hit the subscribe button down below. Okay.
Yeah, hit the like.
I sold out. Cool. All right. So today we are talking about what is the future of riding going to look like. Now, if you have an opinion on this, I'm putting the link to the StreamYard. I got 4 other slots currently. I know that the Norseman will be on here in a little bit. He's finishing up some stuff. But we're talking about what motorcycles are going to look like in the future. If you're going to see by the thumbnail on this, it is the Tron bike. And I mixed in the Back to the Future text with it, so I thought that was kind of dope to do. I don't know why anyone ever try. But we are looking at what those bikes are going to look like in the future, and I think that's a good representation of where it could go. I mean, honestly,
you already know my opinion on this. The BMW. The carbon fiber, one-piece frame that the frame adjusts to the riding conditions. Yeah. And it's just sexy as hell. Just my opinion.
okay, but like that's not like the future. I mean, that is the future, but it's already in existence. BMW's had that bike out.
A concept is in existence. The Tron bike is a concept bike.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Now, what you do is you take out the twin cam fucking motor, take that shit out, put a live wire motor in it. There you go. There's your, or actually, put a 0 motor in there. It'll get you further a lot faster.
Miss Peaches has to go. All right, have a good time charging your phone. Oh, all right, guys, need to charge my phone. Have a good stream. We will try to have a good stream. Always try. Never works out. But thanks for stopping by, Miss Peaches. And it says, Patrick, not the photo comparison lol. Oh, kind of stalkerish. Those little stalkerish. I think he was talking about the way you described that situation. And then Patrick had said, not me, the photo comparison. Okay. Oh, look at that. The Norseman. Speeder bikes from Return of the Jedi. Yes.
Yes.
Because, like, honestly, I could give 2 shits less about flying if I could float across the ground and go 280,000 miles an hour.
But it's a speeder bike, not a speeder car or a speeder roadster. It's a speeder bike. So you would think with it being that, you'd have the handling capabilities that are more akin to a motorcycle than a car. Hells yeah.
I commission you to render a photo of a speeder bike with apes on it. just a stormtrooper hanging out.
Oh, me? You definitely do not want me to do that. But we could make it fun if a fan who can actually draw come up with a rendering. I want some good art here. But we'll put a contest together. Whoever can do it, we will choose a winner. Let's say a week from now. We'll choose a winner. That winner will get a free Between Two Wheels t-shirt.
Yes, absolutely. I love... Well, man, I'm staging my own shit.
Well, I'm helping you out. Do you have free shirts you can give away?
I don't have the Between Two Wheels kind of money.
This is all coming out of my pocket.
I don't have the college degree kind of money.
Oh, well. So the other side of that, though, I want the rights to the photo. So if we want to use it Between Two Wheels marketing, anything like that.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm paying for with the shirt.
Just straight up, I just picture in my head right now. If someone can pull that off, a speeder bike with apes on it, that just do it. Also, you gotta have Chewbacca riding it. We're getting very specific.
No, you don't have to have anyone riding it. Where do we submit? Mick, you want to be in charge of this? So since I'm giving away the shirt, we'll have you be the impartial judge.
Okay, so you can submit them. Either comment on the community of. Actually, just do that. That'd be the best. Go on the community tab of my channel and post your picture on there. So you guys are allowed to post on there. Damn, dude, Dr. Pepper is getting me. But go on there, go on to the community tab of my channel and comment your picture on there, like post it, tag me in it, whatever. And I guess we'll, like I said, by next week, if we have a decision, comment out that Wookiee shit. Patch. Okay, fine. No Chewbacca. I mean, the luscious locks of. No, dude, I Googled.
Unless they put an Ewok on there.
Dude, I straight up
Can
Googled.
you just imagine an Ewok standing on top of where the tank would be, just hanging? Hey, I am not a piece.
Dude, I literally Googled.
I am the full.
You're a piece of fucking hot ass is what you are there, guy.
Oh, thank you.
I literally Googled speeder bike with apes.
Uh-huh.
And it just showed Chewbacca on the speeder. I'm like, oh my god, so bad.
Wiggs, how are you,
How's
sir?
everybody doing this Thursday?
I have, so I did not end up getting the job I wanted, which is fine, you know. But I have found that my intake of antidepressant medication has gone up. So I'm running out of my cartridges at a much faster pace.
Antidepressant, I dig it.
You know what I've been doing? I actually just got done shooting a video. Mick, by the way, I yelled at you for 2 weeks about that footage. Guess who's missing half that footage anyways? This guy. So it's my fault. So
I recovered all of mine, so if you want to use it, go for it.
Useless now. Anyways,
I am always useless now.
Today. With everything going on, with like, you know, the shutdowns and the protests and the different things that we're facing in 2020, I made it a point to be like grateful for a bunch of stuff, acknowledging the things that are going right both in my life and in society as I see it.
Yeah.
Anybody's welcome to disagree, but it's my channel, so they can kind of suck my dick about it.
There you go.
Yeah. So what are you guys today grateful for? Johnny, even though you didn't get the job, and even though you're self-medicating, what is going right for you, my dude?
Oh, I still have a job. I'm not looking because I don't have a job. So that's the key. And I'm not unhappy with my job. I'm simply dissatisfied with the job.
Dude, I feel that. That's my whole life story.
Yeah. And, you know, not to be a dick, but the jobs I'm applying for are not ones that are folks being affected because of coronavirus. So these are not the types of jobs that would be getting laid off right now.
Right.
If we were in a situation where half of my industry was in the tank looking for jobs and I still had mine and no threat, I wouldn't be looking.
Right.
But that's kind of where it comes from. For me, I'm happy the fact that I still get a paycheck every 2 weeks and all of our bills are paid and we can still live the lifestyle we want to live. So,
Mick?
Things I'm happy for.
Grateful.
Or things I'm grateful for. Having some good friends that I can talk to about motorcycles and they have interest. Even if they're both assholes. Or all of them are assholes.
Handsome asshole.
Handsome assholes.
But just remember something, man. If everyone in the room's an asshole, chances are it's not them.
No, we're all assholes.
Who's the bigger fool? The fool or the fool who follows the fool?
Well, the fool who follows the fool following the fool.
Well, then you're just in a cult.
Oh.
And I can't really help you.
Is that the magic number?
3? You're going to need to go hold on to the 2 dildo things.
It's okay when it's in a 3-way.
so that you can have your thetans checked. That's all I got for you, dude. You're gonna have to see John Travolta and Tom Cruise about that one.
Jesus.
Oh, I think it's a reference to Scientology.
It was the reference to Scientology.
was vague enough.
See, I'm not that high.
I'm not that high. I need to work on it.
Those are some rookie numbers. You need to get them up.
You need to pump those up.
No,
Other
what's sad is that was a full tank yesterday.
You got to get some stronger shit then.
Oh, in my market, it's kind of get what you can.
But you come and visit me, I'll get you everything you can. Actually, it's legal, so.
Yeah. Well, okay, pop up the
Hey,
comment
you guys
from
want to see how
Patrick.
fast we can get demonetized by me smoking weed out of my new gun?
Okay, so this band I love. They're the Nordic band. What's the name of that band? It's it's a heavy metal band. But when they translate
Are you talking about Volbeat?
Yes. There you go. That's from one of
their. Did you say the Nordic band?
They are Nordic. I don't know. They're either Norway or Finland or something. You do realize that, right?
Yes, I do. I just was trying to remember which country it was.
Danish. They're Danish.
You know how you can tell they're from Europe? They always got a keyboard player.
All right. Well, other things I guess
Go ahead.
They're Danish, yeah. So other things I guess I'm thankful for. An opportunity that was grateful for is an opportunity that was presented to me a while ago, and I just got squared away with it. That will be further stuff on the channel. Oh man, just being alive and being able to ride my bike. I
said every 9-year-old boy ever.
I was just eating French toast sticks with chocolate milk. Do you really want to question my age?
Why do you think I went there?
You say that like it's an insult, but I'd love to be 9 the rest of my life.
Have you guys ever seen that meme where it's like all the bicycles like laid out in a front yard, and then the same front yard, but it's a bunch of Harleys parked in the driveway, and it's like we play the same games no matter what age we are, or something to that effect.
Some things never change.
Yeah, something like that.
We're hoping you're going to tell us.
It's all about perspective. I may have been very stressed out throughout this whole situation, but at the same time, I get to have the opportunity to do my thing and be me. I know it sounds as lame as it is, but
well, no, it sounds like you are prepping everyone for you to say, "I finally found a sponsor for my sex change."
I did.
Tranny Thursday.
Oh, that's
not that there is anything wrong with it.
Nothing at all.
I mean, I was fooled by a tranny. She was phenomenal.
You gotta look for the Adam's apple.
It was already gone.
And the hands.
They were tiny.
The hands are a dead giveaway.
Not on Asians.
Oh, see? And that's why. Look, unpopular opinion. Everything's racial justice, this and that these days. I'm not telling anybody how to believe or not believe. I don't particularly go for the Asians. That's a personal preference, but it's also kept me out of the exact harm's way that I think that you're talking about.
Well, so luckily she was up front before it got way, way bad. But yeah, I was like, okay, that you're the hottest dude I've ever seen.
We're here. I drove all the way over here. You seemed really nice on that Grinder app.
No, I was in the Navy in a port. in
Okay, so
Thailand.
it's the same thing as the Grinder app.
In essence, yeah.
So you were a seaman.
Well, I was a petty officer, but yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He was a petty officer.
Have you guys seen
seaman.
that Space Force?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
it's not
good.
bad.
I
chuckled at it last
actually
night.
liked it.
From
I
the
liked
mil, if you understand the military, it's actually really fucking funny. Like
it's spot on.
it is.
Their consultants were spot on.
I love Malkovich, how he acts like, oh, we're going to have to look elsewhere if you can't get it to get like he's the boss and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like when
Which
they
is reality. That is reality.
when they hacked the stuff.
Jesus.
Well, I tell you what, as we're doing the grateful thing, I got 2 more things to say I'm grateful for. And one of them is during this quarantine, I've taken this time to explore the different kinds of digital art that I'm engaging in this journey of YouTube.
Oh, okay. So not like porn.
I'm doing more digital painting and
Okay.
graphic design. I've definitely learned some new skills. And the other one is this right here with the Mick and the Johnny and the other people that have been on here. But I'm grateful for Mick putting me together with John. I'm pointing in the wrong directions, aren't I?
Wow.
But I get to pick somebody's brain that I respect who also creates content. So
At least one of
I'm
us
trying to be
respects him.
positive today, you guys. It's a different day for me.
Can we just acknowledge that most of me and Johnny's conversations start with "Hey, sweetheart"? I don't know. It's just fucking epic. And you know
He
why?
calls me Boo Boo.
And you know why that's
does.
epic to me?
Hmm.
Because I call him Daddy.
You're not supposed to put
I
that
deleted
out.
everybody on my friends
Oh,
list
no,
who isn't my kid.
You're
So
not
that
supposed to
makes me
put
your
that
daddy.
out to all 45 people watching. I kid.
That's your level, dude. When you guys go live in yours, everyone's like, "I'm here." Like mine, it turns into like maybe. I don't know, man.
It's you posting I'm here. That's the only reason.
Hey, you know what's great about my live streams?
Hmm.
All right, I want everyone to go check out Between Two Wheels live streams.
Oh,
And if
great.
if you notice, you'll compare the two. And if you look that way, across Johnny's face in the upper corner, you'll see my logo, not a StreamYard duck.
So, okay, you brought it up. So it's all about perspective. You have a channel that makes money for you. All of my channel stuff goes to Project Clean Slate.
You didn't hear what I was doing with my T-shirts, did you?
Well, I'm just saying everything. So, it's one of those things. It comes down to everything's a passion, right? Would a normal person ever go and spend
Part right here. Push it up.
tons of money on all this gear
Shit on me.
to not try and make some kind of quality content, right?
I'm guessing you missed the live stream where I said all the profits from my T-shirts go to Project Clean Slate.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
I did miss that. Is that the live stream that I had to leave?
I'm guessing probably. I don't know.
Oh. Well, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. I mean, so if you guys don't know what Project Clean Slate is, it's a program where Between Two Wheels, the podcast, is going to be buying a motorcycle, or if you have one that you would like to donate for it, though that'd be awesome too. But they're going to be buying a motorcycle, tricking it out, and giving it to a vet. And so that's just something that I really love and appreciate about that is that I, as being a vet myself, I think it's really cool to be able to help people get on two wheels and learn that there's great ways to relieve stress besides other things.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Well, and just because it's badass, and our veterans are badass. How about that?
so I think Adam Sandoval said it best. All charity or philanthropy, if you will, is a form of selfishness. And I look at it as I'm going to feel great knowing that I did this for someone who's in the same boat I was in. You know, since 2007 when I got out, I've lost 10 friends because they did not have a way to deal with their issues. And it's to kind of fill that void, you know, the what if, you know, what could I have done to make their life better type of thing. But that's what it comes down to. You know, it's a form of selfishness. And luckily, it's a positive form of selfishness.
See, and like for me, I can honestly say my bike probably saved my life more than once. You know, it's that peace you find where everything else disappears
Yeah.
and reality sets in, and it's just awesome. Such
Within,
a great feeling.
yeah, within a year or so of getting out, I had a kid, I had a house, I had to get a job, I had all these stresses. And then a year later, I found out that that kid wasn't mine.
Oh,
So
shit.
I hop on a motorcycle and I freaking tear ass out of there. And I disappear. You know, my bike was my saving grace. Luckily, I just bought a new bike. That was my first road glide. And that weekend, I want to say 2,700 miles or so. So that's again, that was my stress relief. Now, luckily, I had my first Harley while I was in the Navy, so I already had it. I already knew what it could do for me. So getting out, I didn't have to worry about or try to figure out what am I going to do about all this shit that's going on in my brain. I already had something, so I'm hoping with Project Clean Slate, I can do that for another vet. So, anywho, let's go on to a more positive or happier topic like future motorcycles.
Yeah, we always get way off track. I'm already
yeah.
used to it. Actually, you have to be on a track to get off of it. So, whatever. But yeah, so we're talking about futuristic motorcycles and the designs and stuff that they'll have, their lines. Like what I mean, I love seeing images of that portrayed in my head because there's a game I played when I was a kid called Jack and Daxter. It was on PlayStation. And I think it's the third one, Jack and Daxter 3. They had these bikes you could ride on, and it's kind of what it was. It had a jet turbine or something in the back and the front, whatever it used, and you could fly around. I don't know, like if I'd sacrifice, because like we talked about earlier with the speeder bikes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, would you rather have a flying bike or a speeder bike? You know, that's.
Oh, aren't they the same?
Well, one hovers above the ground, so you still would have to maybe follow roads and stuff like that, or if you found trails, because it doesn't have wheels or anything like that.
Sure.
So,
but in Star Wars, they figured out the water issue, whereas in Back to the Future, they did not.
Yeah. So Star Wars has it. And I think having a speeder bike like that would be dope as hell.
Yeah, I'd much rather have that. I mean, here's the thing. If I fall off of that doing 70, 80 miles an hour, yeah, it's going to suck. But I'm only falling a few feet and then rolling. Whereas if I'm in a flying motorcycle and I hit something or I go off the bike, I better have a parachute on because chances are I'm going to be a few thousand feet in the air. And, you know, now it's not the speed or the sudden stopping of the speed that's going to be to worry about. It's going to be the sudden stop in the drop that I have to worry about.
My phone has put itself. Haven't been on for oh my god. Outback's always at it again. Said my phone pooed itself. Hadn't been out for a week. I almost died not being able to watch YouTube. I stole this phone from a dude with no arms and legs. He didn't need it.
Accurate. That is accurate. Unless it's Stephen Hawkins, then that's messed up.
Okay, so
If it's an unimportant quadriplegic, it's okay. If it's an important quadriplegic, not okay. We have to draw the line somewhere, people.
Damn.
Have
no,
you seen Murder Ball? Have you ever seen there's like a documentary about these dudes that they're in different stages of quadriplegic and they get into like battle chairs and they play, it's essentially rugby on a basketball court, full contact in wheelchairs.
I've seen those guys before. They get down. They're not playing.
Dude, those guys will whoop your ass too. They have so much like upper body strength because that's all they have to work on. Oh, I met the dude who was like the world champion. Craziest dude I've ever met. Like among all the like different people I've met from all over the world, different veterans, different, walks of life. That guy just blew me away.
If
He was an Olympian.
the people that get me, are Gurkhas. When I was in Nepal, I got to meet some of the retired Gurkhas. And different mindset altogether.
What the fuck is that?
You don't know what a Gurkha is?
They're the cat that makes the pickles.
That's Gherkin.
I was just kidding, man.
So a Gurkha is, in essence, an Indian Nepalese soldier who is specialized in combat, and they have a special battalion within the British Army that they serve under even today. And they're hardcore. They don't carry rifles or guns or anything. They just carry a Gurkha blade. It's a specialized knife. And if they unsheath it, they have to draw blood before they're allowed to resheath it.
Oh, that's like that. That's like
really
that
like
Oriental type shit.
Yeah,
Where once that blade's pulled, it has to be sated.
Yeah, it's similar to like the samurai code and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But it's
Well,
baked
honestly,
in
if you're
that.
responsible with any weapon, I mean, you never want to have to like. But yeah, if you pull, same thing with a gun. If you pull your gun, you better be willing to use it.
Yeah,
You
But-
know.
the guys I met. So I met some of these guys, some of the active duty guys when I was in Iraq. And we had a lot of them on base in Bahrain as well. And their hands are all cut up because they have to clean their blades like once a week or something. So they just, after they get done cleaning their blade and sharpening it and everything, they take a slice.
That's
it's
committed.
Nuts. It's nuts. But these guys are just 100% badasses.
Yeah, that. I was muted earlier. I was voting for that. That's the ultimate, like hovering, flying, any kind of bike.
there we go. That was the Norseman just sent me that.
Well, the Norseman does not get to play the game.
You never specified. he
Oh,
doesn't
come on.
get
He's
it.
part of
It
the
had apes on
podcast.
it, but it was fucking hideous. Not
Impartial
because, of
judge.
not because of the apes, just because of the rest of the design. I thought it could have been a little cooler.
Yeah, put some effort into it.
He put apes. He did exactly what they said. It's like the teacher that writes on the homework, like write
Yeah,
to
you
write a
get
paper.
C because you could do
No.
better.
No, it's the little kid that literally the teacher's like write a paper like you're one of your favorite characters from Marvel, right? And the kid literally wrote a paper that all it said was "I am Groot" repeated thousands of times.
Hey,
And the teacher he got an A because
no
it wasn't.
choice.
Yeah,
Hey. What are you gonna do? Rob that kid?
no, but that's what I'm saying. He said putting less effort on. No. That kid put the minimal effort in and got the best result
But he
because,
put in the most clever thought.
dude, he literally chose a
If it
specific
wasn't funny,
set of
he doesn't deserve
brand of bars.
Okay, did Norseman actually design that, or did he happen to find it?
No, I think he's got his Apple Pencil and stuff in the picture frame.
That doesn't mean anything. I could do the same thing.
Google it and then just set it in Procreate.
Exactly.
Oh no.
Find a
Yeah,
PNG.
Photoshop, all those
Damn
layers.
kids, best I can do under the circumstances. I'm in class.
He's been chipping
That
away.
was nice. I like his
Okay,
profile
well,
picture
so
there.
that's a good draft. Come back to us later when you have the final ready. I get to treat someone like my clients treat me.
That's a good start.
I have 45 hours into a slide deck on how I'm going to recreate their roadmap, and all of a sudden, like, that's a good start.
All right, I got an idea. Here's green.
Here it comes.
Go check it out. Oh, yeah, that's dead chickens.
There we go.
The French eggs that
Cool.
provide are an essential part of
See, a lot of these is what I dream like the future bikes are going to look like.
I mean, look at that thing. What, one wheel?
That's bare.
That's the ultimate wheelie machine right there.
Dude, that is dope.
But like, look,
I don't know.
yeah.
Oh, it's a
that's
goat. That's real.
Every last meal before hibernation.
What?
tank motorcycle. Okay, I want to see where you can buy this.
All right.
Here, you know, the chickens are one thing.
Nope, that is not what I wanted.
Right now, the focus is keeping my family safe until this fair's dealt with.
Oh, okay. Unfortunately, it only exists as a 1/5 scale model. Okay.
Oh,
So it works, it runs, but it isn't.
Right now,
Unless you want to. But I mean, like, look at the designs of these bikes. I mean, I know that was
crossbows.
like that's actually a really cool looking bike, and like went with that futuristic look. I mean, it kind of looks like a horse. If you look at it in the right way.
or like a
Oh, it does.
greyhound.
Yeah, but look at there's the nose, the head, the mane coming down.
Oh yeah. I see it.
Huh.
Yeah, it's real fresh.
They got Harleys.
So you almost have to take that and then repaint it to make it look like a horse, like a thoroughbred just going.
Harley. I feel like that. Yeah, electric Kalashnikov. So the AK maker made that bike.
It looks like an Indian that went really bad. I hate that fender.
Yeah,
The
but
front fender's just terrible.
well, it's electric and it's supposed to be like a long riding, like most fuel efficient or electrical efficient, whatever.
I don't care.
I
It's
mean,
still
but
I
ugly as
agree.
hell.
And hideous.
But the clout you would have for owning that, because it's
Who
made by a
cares?
Kalashnikov.
I don't care.
There you go. That's a
Oh, you have such a precious motorcycle. Yeah, that's like saying, oh, your shit's ugly as hell. But
no,
good
dude.
for you.
That's the kind of one where you pull the AK out of the freaking saddlebag and you're like,
Yeah,
both made by the same people.
your short barrel AK, mounted AK.
Yeah, there's a
this
car.
one is legit. It's a real vehicle.
That's got to have some sort of counterbalancer system in it.
I think it's BMW and someone else
Is that like a side view of it?
developing it.
The Lit Motors C1.
Yeah. It's not a real motorcycle. It's being developed as a car. A two-wheeled car, but
I guess that's look at that. I mean, that was the future back then. A World War II fighter looking bike. That's kind of cool.
yeah.
But you go on here and it's weird, man. Like,
Next to the dirt bike, two to the right. The dirt bike going up in the wheelie.
this one or this one?
One to the left. That
This?
one.
That's the one we were just looking at.
I know, but this is a much cooler view of it.
It does though. It looks exactly like a horse. I mean, I like the concept behind it, man.
Or it looks like a creature out of what's that? The Will Robinson show.
Meet the Robinsons, or are you talking about Lost in Space?
Lost in Space. It's like a creature that'd be coming out of there, or something out of Resident Evil.
8 futuristic motorcycles that act. Oh wait, this is a YouTube video. No, 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 no.
That's a copyright strike waiting to happen.
That is 100% a copyright strike waiting to happen. I don't know. Like, was this a BMW futuristic style bike?
I mean, that thing is sexy looking.
It looks like a fat fish.
Will you do the profile view?
The one
It's
that
right. Yeah, there you go. See, I like that.
it's like someone took the seat, the tank, and like the bottom plastics of a motorcycle and just blew it up.
Yeah, yeah. But it does. I think it looks nice. Yeah, I like that.
You know what? What was
okay,
that?
to put things in perspective, though, I'm a huge fan of the Cybertruck from Tesla too. So,
Dude, I love that thing. It's
But-
so hideous in such a great way.
yeah, it's like a pug. They're so freaking ugly. They're cute.
I want to ride one of these things.
Oh yeah, you know what is it called? The Riken.
Yeah,
Niken.
Niken.
About their insurance or credit card bill.
I sat on one when we were at the International Motorcycle Show.
Together 40 times
I still want to ride it, but I'd be curious to see who the market is for that, because I've never seen one in the wild.
It definitely seems like a gimmick.
it looks like a.
so few people that ride Can-Ams or slingshots. Or I'm actually surprised at how many slingshots I see out on the road. I
They
have to assume that
they did a great job.
because I live by a dealership where test rides.
Well, so like here in the hill country where I'm at, every time we go to ride, we see them. And I think the key for that is they did a great job around the social aspects of it.
Yeah.
They kind of built their own hog, but it wasn't kind of owned by Polaris.
Right.
It was all grassroots. I mean, he's
Yeah.
literally
Well, same thing with
hundreds
Groms,
of
dude. The
them.
Grom guys are going to find each other.
Yeah, yeah,
Facebook groups and all that stuff.
Just throw it in the other room.
yeah. The Grammies.
I'll tell you what, those slingshots are cool enough that I've crammed my ass in one, and I am like 5'10", 170 pounds. I am small to average. And if you are a large person at all whatsoever, tall, stature, whatever, don't get in one of those things because it's fucking impossible to get out.
There's your
It
flying
was
bike.
it
Johnny.
was tough, but I folded myself into it.
You have to like melt in that thing. It does. It has you so low. Like unless you're like 6'4", I don't see. I was kind of questioning like, all right, should I maybe sit on a phone book?
Okay, that top left corner.
That's pretty cool. Top left corner. This one.
Yeah,
Is that two wheels in the front?
yeah,
It's two wheels in the front and the back.
yeah.
And the control. It's like a bat cycle, dude, because the controls are on the inside too.
So like, get a car. It's got
Think
four
it's-
wheels.
Back to 4 wheels.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something like that too.
Oh, see that looks sexy.
Have you guys seen Keanu Reeves motorcycles?
Yeah, yeah. He
Yeah.
Those are
does.
fucking sweet.
They do
Mhm.
look really
Those
good.
are really cool.
If only they were
Hey, hit up
priced.
on the left side, middle.
Oh, there you go. Ducati's got theirs out too. Left side, middle. This one.
That white thing that's floating. No, down one, left one. Nope. See, I did right one. I got it backwards here. That guy.
Yeah. That's
That's cool.
wicked.
That's cool.
That is wicked.
It looks like it's
That's
got
really
like
cool.
side supports for you too, for your back.
Yeah, no, it buckets you in because it's probably gonna launch you off the back of it the second you breathe at it.
What is this?
That's got to be like an electric motorcycle.
You assholes.
Yamaha explores AI and motorcycles.
No, thank you.
They'll
Yeah,
call
fuck.
it the I cycle.
Let me ask, what are your guys' thoughts on like the autonomous features coming to motorcycles, like the auto braking and shit like that? Do you want the bike thinking for you?
Before he moves off of this, go straight down one to the sidecar looking thing.
Oh, that's cool.
I want one of those.
That's like a little camper.
Yeah.
Dude, that
That's
is the bebop around town
awesome.
kind of bike. Unless they offer a way better seat for that shit, because look at that.
Well,
Yeah, you ain't traveling on that little
I'm
pussy
thinking though, you could put. Sorry, you could put like a dog crate on there and be able to have your pups in the crate with you as you're cruising.
yeah.
And then when you get to where you're going, you just pop your tent out and everything, and then you and the pups can be in the tent and be in shelter. That's cool. I can dig that concept. And it's electric. That's a cool bug out bike. That's your bug out vehicle.
Yeah.
You have to strap a ton of solar panels on it.
Yeah, and I wondered about that. Is someone going to figure out a way to hook up solar panels to the freaking Zero motorcycles and be able to ride them for infinite amount of time?
Yeah, why aren't they built of solar panels? Is a really
Cost.
good question.
It's simple. It's cost. Okay, what's that thing? That long stretched out one. Yeah. Okay, that. See, that's another ugly puppy. It's so ugly. It's awesome.
It's got kind of like an Alien Covenant like dick thing happening with it.
Yeah, exactly.
I want this. I don't know why, but I want it.
Hit that red boy right there. See, all right. Now, like, I call bullshit. Obviously, right? It's a Photoshop, but like the hubless wheels. How does that even work?
Hubless wheels?
Look at those boys.
Okay.
I think it's
It's
close. Probably got a little patch on the bottom to contact.
yeah. It's just a different style of thing.
Weird.
Looks like a crotch rocket to me.
Well said, sir. Well said.
That it does. Ooh, right.
And
All
don't
right.
get me wrong, I love it. I even love the color.
From your pulled up window with the red one, go straight down, middle row, third one down. Nope, over. In the gray part of the window, bud.
In the gray part of the window.
Left. Your other left.
This is left on my screen.
Okay, then right. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah. Now down one. Middle.
This right here.
Yes. Let's see that. It was a long way to get there. That's the most minimal amount of motorcycle you could have.
Did you not see this?
That's unicycle.
That is no. Look it's got the little thing on the back.
They're separated. Oh.
No, it's one piece.
It's like a ball, though. Does the ball count as a wheel?
It does.
That looks like desk furniture
All right, I'll be
for
right
fucking
back.
hipsters.
All right. No, I absolutely think that would be epic to write. Oh, dude. Yeah. This is the. Oh, I think this is like. Oh no, it's got little wheels. I think that's the concept of it. I just don't understand with motorcycles, like why we haven't gone into some crazy stuff. I know Harley will never do it. Harley will stick. Holy, that's a motorcycle concept.
Harley will do it. They'll just do it for a tax credit. That was a slingshot.
Man, they got some crazy looking motors.
What
Like
in the Deadpool is that? Deadpool with tits.
It's just like you kind of get the same design, like because there's the Tron bike style ones.
Yeah,
You
that's a
know,
car.
I don't know. I mean, it depends on the environment you're in. Because if you're, let's say, the future is a wasteland or something like that, and you have to be in that to travel through certain areas.
Look at how flat the wheels are. Especially that handles like a car.
They're still round. Yeah, but I mean, look how wide like the FXDR and the freaking V-Rod and all them have their wide
Not
rear
like
tires.
that.
Oh,
That's-
dude,
that's
those things are
stretch.
so fat.
Fat.
That's a cool looking bike. Yeah, you know, and I think electric's going to be a big deal in the future. I think that's going to be something, and we got to figure out different ways to charge to make it faster. Because
Yeah,
honestly,
electric's definitely the way of the future, but I don't see the market completely disappearing for like gas bikes and like gas muscle cars. Because there's something about that rumble. There's something about burning up dinosaurs to make it go.
unless they have a way to, I mean, look what they did with the friggin' live wire. You know, it had such a futuristic design for Harley to it.
It's a crotch rocket. Thing looks like an FC09. And an R1 had a baby. I actually wasn't that impressed with the way it looked. I'm not that impressed with the way the what are they calling it? The Bronx.
Yeah, the Bronx isn't going to be
Yeah, it's
anything
naked bike.
special.
Yeah, it's just I mean it's that's not what they do. So they're not reinventing the wheel. That's smart. That's fine. I mean, it looks good. It definitely looks good. It's just not worth 30 grand.
Yeah, but I mean that's how most markets start out. Like, super expensive, and then you get the Bronx.
They did it for the tax write-off. This thing,
I'm
I
actually
think this
really
thing looks
excited.
cool. It looks like a Diablo.
I'm super excited about that. Their cafe racer.
Yeah, it reminds me of like the Street 750s.
Yeah, I think that's got more sport bike looks to it than it does.
Kind of.
But yeah, it definitely does
I'll
look like the Diablo.
It does. Yeah, it definitely looks like a monster or Diablo.
Which honestly be a really cool bike to have and ride around on. I would be more interested in purchasing this one, the Pan Americas. I would 100% ride that bike every day. That thing is
Yeah.
Just that muffler. That muffler has got to go. That thing is stupid fat. But like I mean, the futuristic motorcycles, it seems like everyone just goes off the same design though. Like that's the problem. You go through all these things and like everyone's just adding more covering to the bike to, I guess, either aerodynamics or looks or anything like that. I want this. I want to have the Bat bike because it's dope as hell to have. And since they have a real working one.
Well, he did kind of say it, but he didn't
Kind
say
Yeah.
it started to walk in.
Zeus Bobber.
Can you turn that TV down?
Futuristic motorcycle revealed. I mean, like you got ones like
Ooh. This black one here that's got like the hubless. That's sweet.
this guy.
Mm. The over one there. Yep.
Just see what the
It's
name
cool.
says. What's the name on it say?
Computer
Should say
graphics card.
Kawasaki on it.
Computer graphics. But I mean, like that's you look at them and they're all just kind of like the same generic. Add panels to it, make it look more futuristic. I mean, dude, that's a dope ass looking Honda. I mean, I'd ride that all day. That's the weird thing, man. Like, it's what's the future for baggers and stuff like that? Like that style. If everyone's going to this cool looking design, Harley doesn't really stand a chance. It's gonna be
Well,
interesting.
there just might not be 12 soft tail Harley models that are all the same thing. You know, as it grows and there's more different categories, maybe Harley will have the same number of models, and there'll be a lot less overlap between 5 different baggers and 9 different Softails, 3 different Sportsters.
Super long.
Also,
Oh,
there's a
that's
lot of the
a-
stuff I wouldn't see Harley doing. That's not what Harley sells.
Yeah, but eventually they're gonna have to start selling to a new crowd. I mean, even with their whole, was it like the re-innovation, or what did they call it? Rewire. They said they're gonna go back to their core demographic, and that's the hard thing about it is what's your core demographic, especially when bike makers are gonna be selling stuff like this. I mean, that's a cool ass looking motorcycle. Like
I don't know. That looks like a scooter to me.
I think they just made the most aerodynamic and comfy because those fairings are going to cover your feet, which go right here. It's got the windshield and everything. I mean, if that's what the future, that's a real bike. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Honda N4M. Wow.
Yeah, that thing's it's like automatic. It's got a progressive gear system.
Yeah, I think this is one that Johnny was talking about yesterday too, which Honda's got their own self-balancing motorcycle.
See, I don't want that. I don't want the bike thinking for me or balancing for me.
Yeah, because you got to figure at what point does your input matter more than what the bike thinks, and if it's wired to, I think safety is going to be a
more
killer.
sensors. More sensors means more shit can go wrong.
Not to mention it, the more of that shit you have on there, the less control you have.
Exactly.
Well, no, and that's why there's got to be at some point an area where the bike just lets you have control. Because, like I said, safety being the way it is in today's world, I mean, that's going to be a way bigger factor in motorcycles of the future. And are they going to have the point where like an AI system says to keep you safe, sorry, we're doing this, or Harley has the same system?
If you're trying to
a roller coaster,
don't ride a motorcycle.
Yeah, it's not a roller coaster.
You know,
the whole
your
point is
best
I'm
bet
in
is
control of the machine.
can't ride that shit. Don't get on it.
Right.
You know, I don't want my bike making decisions for me. Not ever. I think
No, think about
electronic
it, man.
motorcycles have gone far enough. They should just leave it where it is. GPS is cool. That's all good. But I don't want my bike making the fucking decisions.
Harley-Davidson concept. I guess there's the cruiser look for you still. I dig that.
Barely. Look how far up and skinny those handlebars are. You'd have to be leaned all the way over that bitch.
So like a Sportster?
More, it looks like. Those are low.
But I mean, like it is a cruiser looking. I mean, I'm sure they have other ones that could extend them back, but it is a futuristic cruiser looking motorcycle. I mean, and that's I just googled futuristic looking Harleys, and of course their Cafe Racer pop are their new. Yeah, they're new. What do they want to call that? I can't remember what that one's called.
I'm not gonna call it a tracker.
They got that. Of course, the live wire's on here. But like, that's the one thing that does bother me is like you type in what futuristic looking Hondas, everything else, but then you type in futuristic looking Harleys and you get something like this or that.
So stupid. What?
Future. I think that someone painted that. Harley-Davidson concept. I think did someone do that to a Sportster?
You could.
Maybe that's cool as hell. I mean, like honestly,
Like they just Street Fightered it out to me.
But like that's the problem. Like innovation, I think that's the futuristic markets the way they're going to be. I feel like innovation could be the thing that's going to kill Harley.
Remember though, man, all this shit's concept. You don't see most of this rolling down the road. Most of this shit's Photoshop, concept, one-off builds. It's the same thing with cars. You see that wild ass shit at the
My phone's
trade
about
shows,
to die.
auto shows.
Well,
They're not making that.
You ever watch the video of this? The BMW self-riding motorcycle?
No.
It can ride itself and then slow down, put its own kickstand down, and stop.
Nope. That's a roller coaster.
Maximum overdrive.
That's
That thing's gonna go crazy and drive off a cliff with somebody.
Right? Because didn't they have self-driving Teslas that were running people over?
You go, Honda actually has theirs.
Somebody's gonna be standing out in the street screaming, "We made you!" before it runs them the fuck over.
The only one that pops up for that one is Honda. So Kawasaki did like Honda's got it. Who else did I already have before that? BMW's got it. Suzuki Silver. Oh, everything popping up just Honda for that. Which unless the Katana's got it for some reason. But yeah, I mean, like that innovation, like this dude's literally standing up on the bike right now, and it's balancing.
I can do that.
While your bike is stopped.
Pretty much. You don't play the balance game? You don't try to balance your bike standing still for as long as you can? I try to never
at least for a few seconds.
No, my thing's I try not to put my feet down. I've held like an 8-second standstill.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, I said a few, but obviously
I've done from Waterford to Mount Clemens, which if anybody knows is a bitch for red lights, and I did it and only put my feet down like once.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm going to jump off of here, man. I'm going to run out in the shop and do some work on the project bike. I think it's really nice outside.
Yeah, man, get that project done.
Cool kicking it with you guys.
Yeah, man. Thanks for stopping by, Patrick. I appreciate it.
Always supportive, brother. You know. Peace, guys.
See you, Patrick. Oh, look at that. Scouse is in the house now, and Wind Reaper. My bike, Wind Reaper rides a Sportster. He says, my bike is old enough to drink anywhere in the U.S. All right, yeah, my bike is old enough to drink anywhere in the U.S. this year. It hasn't been driving itself anywhere. You know what? That's true, though. I mean, there's, like I said, but there's got to be a system for futuristic motorcycles where you're allowed to go and turn it off or something like that. Like it can't just be protect your own safety. I see that causing.
If I'm not operating it, if it's operating itself, it's a roller coaster, and so that's not the same thing.
But I mean, like probably standard though, man. Like rider assist systems are going to be standard on motorcycles. You know,
they're going to be standard on cars.
Oh, I know. And as a primary active act by itself, I know that we know they don't work out too well yet.
Yeah,
I see Ford ones,
good.
But I see Ford ones.
More stuff to brake on your car, more stuff to put your car into limp mode, and it's advocating that people pay less attention when they drive, which is bull the fuck shit. So I actually have been consistently against all this since it kind of started. I called it that this was going to have unintended consequences that we don't want. What are you going to do with a generation of people that have never had to drive the car, and then all of a sudden assistive driving fails them on the highway at 80 miles an hour?
Is that something that people are going to be able to use on their driver's test too? Or do you have to?
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
I think you should also have to. I've always believed you should have to drive in front of another human being like every 5 years to keep your driver's license. It's insane to me that we give people a driver's license, and then as long as you pay the $30 every 5 years on time, you like never have to prove that you're good at driving again. It's insanity. A lot of people, these people that I see on their phones, man, I feel like it's because you're comfortable in your own car. You never have to like drive without touching your phone.
Oh, dude, I don't know about you, but like ever since this whole lockdowns pretty much ended in Michigan, I've seen an influx of stupid drivers, like elderly on the road.
Oh, the old. We should. This is controversial, but I'm going to say it here. We should really push the old out onto icebergs, like the Inuits. I mean, come the fuck out. Name a bigger group of takers in our society, you know? Mooch is the old.
Well, let alone that, and impeding traffic on every freaking roadway that they can be on.
They're impeding traffic. They're in the way.
I mean, 10
There's
miles
too
an hour,
many of them.
10 miles an hour under the speed limit, but they'll never get pulled over. You go 5 over once, and it's like, whoop.
Oh, they let old people drive through buildings and get let go. It's ridiculous. There's no accountability for the old. No one wants to put grandma in prison. He's like got some kind of like daydream. Look into my eyes, Johnny.
I think he's on the phone.
Yeah.
He's on the phone. We should narrate what he's doing with his life. Yeah, man.
He's
I just sold 100 kilos, and it was just awesome, epic profits.
yeah, man. I'll meet you at the park after dark.
But yeah, man, the rider technology is. I think that's gonna be something that's gonna be a huge controversial debate. I know they've already like. You hear the dumb questions already, like, "Oh, why don't motorcycles have seatbelts?" It's like that's a very stupid question, but it gets asked. It's like,
it is
why?
a stupid question, but let's analyze why it's a stupid question, because most people actually don't understand why there are seatbelt laws. You being forced to wear your seatbelt is not nearly as much about your safety as it is about mine. Because when you don't wear a seatbelt, you typically become a projectile through the windshield. And people talk about, yeah, it fucks up your neck. Yes, it does, but it also stops you from being goo in the windshield. And that goo could come through the windshield and hit me, and then I'd have goo on me and be traumatized forever, or probably dead. So that's why there are seatbelt laws.
Seatbelt laws are, you know, I'm at the same point though, where it's like, if more people on motorcycles don't have to wear helmets, why in the hell don't we have to wear seatbelts? You know, it's a choice on everyone's end. I think it should be something that everyone gets to decide what they want themselves.
I honestly think the helmet laws kind of fucking. Okay, like I don't like riding with people who ride without a helmet. It like unnerves me. I don't understand why anybody does ride without a helmet, but also America. So like, more power to you. I don't wear it when I go to the gas station. Gas station's like a 1/10 of a mile from my house.
Yeah.
But I don't know, the no helmet law thing, like it doesn't make sense to me that you can just go without. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but it's just like everything
Weird.
else. Just people like let people just make their own decisions on shit like that. I mean, honestly, I think the seatbelt law and when the helmet law did exist was just a way to get extra money. You know, but at the same time,
Reason
you
to
can't.
pull you over.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
at the same time, though, we don't really do well with being told what we can and can't do anymore nowadays.
You know what I think is funny? Anybody that doesn't live in Michigan, so the rule in Michigan is you're allowed to ride without a helmet once you have been fully motorcycle licensed for 2 or more years. They have zero way of checking that on the side of the road. They absolutely cannot see how long you've had your endorsement.
No, they can't. You could have that thing for a day.
Yep.
You know, like
Yeah.
just had on your license for a day and they can't check
Wear
that.
a fucking helmet. Always wear a helmet.
Do what the fuck you want.
Do what the fuck you want, but wear a fucking helmet.
I like wearing a helmet while I'm riding.
That'd be a good t-shirt. That would be a good t-shirt. I'm gonna start designing t-shirts for your charity t-shirt thing. And it's gonna be do what you want, but wear a fucking helmet.
Dude, you gotta redo this logo. Make it look dope.
Did you see what I did? Did you see my art, Mick?
I've seen your art.
Did you see what I did posted yesterday?
I did not. Oh wait, is it the girl?
Yeah.
I dig it, man. I really do. Go check out Wigsley's Instagram. He's always posting something.
At Wigsley 2 Wheels. Wigsley, the number 2, the word wheels.
It's not between two wheels spelled out TWO or TOOO
No.
or TWO.
No. And for some reason, shout out to fucking Instagram for there's no one on Instagram called @Wigsley, but for some fucking reason I can't be @Wigsley, and I've contacted Instagram like 30 fucking times, and they're the worst because I have very few followers, so they don't fucking care about me. And I think that we need to reform Instagram for that reason. I'm calling it out here.
I
I'm
think
making
there's a lot of
big
things
announcements.
I think there's a lot of things that need to be reformed on social media stuff. Like the subscribe or the bell icon to be notified when someone uploads. Like if they subscribe to your channel, that shows they have interest. They should be notified.
No, can I be honest? Can I be honest exactly why? Can I tell you what a piece of shit I am?
Why?
I say ring the bell at the end of every one of my videos. I have specifically this many bells rung on anybody's channel on Instagram or on YouTube because I get way too many YouTube notifications as it is, and I'm like insane. I have to get rid of the little red dot with the notification on the app. It has to go away right now. So, plus I've been trying to make more content than I watch, which I've been failing at. But if I'm working on video, that's better than watching video.
It's hard to watch YouTube sometimes, man. It's like what?
I only watch YouTube.
It's like it's like what can I do differently to actually get the kind of views these people are getting? And I realize it just comes down to luck sometimes.
Luck and look, man, relevance, hitting topics while they're hot, and especially since we're in a niche of motovlog, it's going to be limited to that. But I'll tell you what, my best performing video is my 2020 lowrider video, and it performed really, really well when I put it out because the bike just hit the dealership, so it was super relevant. And it's something other people are totally going to be putting videos up, and I beat a couple bigger guys to that model, and it did really well, and it continues to get lots of views. It's because that product is relevant to more people than there are people who just fucking happen to think I'm great. And so, I'll give you an example, man. When Harley makes an announcement, and I've been failing at this recently, but I had a policy of Harley makes an announcement, they're going to do this or that now. My brain started churning immediately. Okay, I need to bookmark that article. When I get home, I need to immediately read it, research it, write a script, and then shoot a video and start editing right away. And the videos where I've done that have performed really well compared to just a random moto vlog of me riding around and talking shit.
Yeah, I think the biggest one's going to be June 15th. There's all these people saying, oh, well, if Sturgis doesn't happen, Sturgis doesn't happen. I mean, Sturgis can still happen.
Tom said he's going.
Oh, I know.
Tom's going anyways.
But even if Sturgis doesn't happen, in the sense that people are thinking, because Sturgis can happen no matter what. I mean, so Dirty D's put out a really good video about Sturgis, so go check that out.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Spiff? But go check that out. And one of the big things is with Sturgis is just go watch it. There's a lot of information. But there's a lawsuit or something like that they don't own. No one really owns Sturgis. But the problem is you cannot own Sturgis and no one shows up. No promoters, no anything, none of the businesses. So that's going to be one of the biggest problems is trying to adjust fire. If all the vendors don't show up, is Sturgis really happening? Or is it just, people are...
I mean, if a bunch of bikers show up with enough booze and shit, you get 6 dudes with guitars and drums and whatever. That sounds like you got Sturgis. I mean, It might be bare bones, or it might be not what it traditionally has been or to the standard. But you know what, man? My honest opinion, I've never been to Sturgis, but of the footage I've seen of like Adam Sandoval
Go
usually
Propa
gets,
Smith.
really good footage. It's kind of like what Hash Bash became, man. Like, it looks to me like it's a lot of like walking up to stands and checking out stuff I'm already familiar with, and like brands, products, and it definitely isn't what it was like when it started years before any of us were alive.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like okay, when I watch guys go down like Main Street in Sturgis, you're going like 1 mile an hour. That looks whack. I don't know. I want to go and at some point and see it and everything. I'm not saying like Sturgis is whack. Just maybe it'll be better without like that giant corporate overhang that is like modern festival or rally culture.
Well, and like a lot of people say too, Sturgis has become really like a family-oriented event. Like, it's like a family event kind of thing. Yeah, dude, they've banned a lot of stuff there that used to be like this is what Sturgis is, and they banned a lot of that stuff. And it's like when you start limiting all that kind of stuff, and then people are showing up that don't ride or don't have any motorcycles or don't have any intentions to, and they're just there to take pictures and stuff. Oh, what's up, Deez? So yes. First thing I hear is that looks whack. Well, so Dirty D's, go check out his YouTube channel. Subscribe if you enjoy his content. But he's got that video out about Sturgis. Really good video and really informational. But yeah, so I mean, I think you make a good point there, Wigsley, with Sturgis, is that if it is going to be,
they can, hey, Dirty D's from the chat, they can ban what they want, but they can't ban these nuts.
Oh, dude, he missed the opportunity to put D's nuts. Missed it.
Go, hey, get in here, Tom. He put up the get your ass in here. Can I say, Mick? Huge upgrade with the I like the background of our thing behind our faces.
Yeah, dude.
I like that you were bringing up internet pages. This is real good. This is high quality.
So Spit McPlus has returned to what it was. A bunch of folks that love bikes show up and appreciate that way of life on a motorcycle. And I was going to say that, like, Wigsley brings up a good point that Sturgis is something
Wigsley
that
does bring up good points.
It might be going back to what it was. You know, I think you just said I love you too. That was definitely a parent.
Oh, I see you're sitting here talking with all your friends.
Yeah, getting on hold up. So Deez is jumping on here too, but yeah. So Sturgis, like, I know you've got something. You said fuck whatever Sturgis and all that shit, but like I think that Wigsley brings up a good point.
Actually, I haven't heard anything at all since I've been off. So I've been on a phone.
Wigsley point in a nutshell is too commercialized. Fuck that. So we were talking about Sturgis, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't disagree with him.
If it isn't going to happen in the traditional sense, because they can still have Sturgis, that's been proven point, but if all the vendors don't show up, like, because the big thing people go to Sturgis for is to go to Sturgis, check out the vendors, and possibly like get an upgrade to their bike while they're there, and it's an awesome story.
So I've always thought of going out to Sturgis to actually go ride that area because it's gorgeous out there. For me, if I want to go deal with a bunch of hyped up gear that's probably overpriced and buy it at a vendor, I'll go to Republic of Texas rally. I'll go to Lone Star rally. I'm not going to go somewhere where it's a hell of a trip to get there, and I'm only going to shop. You know, that's the side of it that I understand it, and that's my feeling. And when he says that it's commercialized, I agree. It has become commercialized. Look at all the stupid reality TV shows that they create around just that 1 week or 2 weeks of Sturgis.
Also, what they brought up for that too is like I brought that up earlier, was that a lot of people, and like one of the video people I watch is Blacktop Devil, and it's really become a family kind of event. You know, it's not just the biker rally anymore. There's people coming in to be a part of the experience.
And I'm totally for that. And I think that's the draw of going out there during those 2 weeks. Honestly, Sturgis exists because of the rally. There's no other industry out there. So for me, I look at it like, hey, it's a great place to go ride. There's nothing else there. But during these 2 weeks, there's a ton of stuff going on.
Yeah. I mean,
so the experience, like going out to like the Buffalo Chip and seeing all the craziness that goes on there and walking up and down Main Street to check out all the bikes and all the vendors and all that good stuff.
Yeah, if you go to Sturgis, don't park on Main Street. Park somewhere else and walk.
Well, that's just it. I wouldn't take my bike down to Main Street. I wouldn't take my bike out to the Buffalo Chip. That's just begging for trouble. But that's me.
Uh-oh, we're in trouble. Wait, what happened to the facial hair?
Oh shit, dude. I had to shave it off to come back to work. Can you believe that shit?
My work lets me keep my beard. I enjoy it.
Let me turn this up. Yeah, well, fuck, I don't know, but I think I only had to come out here for 2 weeks to Florida, and when I go back, I don't think I'm going to come back for about another month. So believe me, all that shit's coming back. Fuck, dude. I know. It's so weird. Roadblock, what's up, dude? San Antonio in the house. What's up, dude?
Not much, brother. How are you?
I'm good, man. Yeah, shit. I came in just at the right time. I was just sitting on the couch in here. I hit YouTube, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Mick's on, and then you guys are talking about Sturgis, so that's cool.
Yeah.
And so I missed how we somehow went from futuristic motorcycles. I missed the pivot to Sturgis. I'm guessing there's a few pivots in there to get us to Sturgis.
There was.
But I just got a phone call from a headhunter trying to give me an exorbitant amount of money to go work for a company remotely for a minimum of a year.
Do it. Exorbitant amount of money? It's holding you back.
Work remotely? That sounds amazing.
Well, it's for a company that's here in San Antonio, too, so that makes it even funnier.
So Spiff agreed. The only thing I would buy from Sturgis is something that would painstakingly handcrafted by a person in a tent trying to make a living. That's actually pretty cool. I mean,
yeah, I agree with that, and that's something that you would get that would have a story because it's not disposable. Oh, and I would hope it wouldn't be disposable.
And I may or may not have an obligation to go out there, so we'll see what happens.
You guys bring up a good point
about it being material. 100th Harley Fest with some kind of like wooden hand carved Harley for me when I was like 6 years old or something. And I still fucking have that.
Mm-hmm. And when you think about it being commercial and materialistic, I guess it's all like that now. I mean, Roadblock, I heard you saying, I mean, you would go to the Lone Star Rally if you wanted that. And I think a lot of these places you go to, they're just all kind of the same. You're going to see all the same insurance companies' tents. Whether you go to, Adam Sandoval's Bring It Home or Sturgis or Lone Star. But, it's some of those places that, like, for example, if you're, I don't know, this is a weird-ass example, but, like, let's say you're a yoga nut. You're going to want to go to the Mecca of yoga. You're going to want to go hang out with the fucking weirdos in California, just to go see it. If you're a political buff, you love politics, at some point you're going to want to go see the White House, even though Washington, D.C. has changed since, John Adams lived there back in fucking whenever, right? Who's the baby face? Oh, bro, I know it's bullshit. I'm going to go get a marker and put that shit all back on. But yeah, I mean, Sturgis, I think it's one thing that if you can ride out there one time, now you got bragging rights for the rest of your life. At least to say the one time that you went. Yeah, it'll be cool.
I feel like the bragging rights get smaller the closer you live to Sturgis, though.
I don't know if it does.
I rode to Sturgis, man. Dude, it's one town over. What the fuck are you talking about?
I would be bummed if I made it all the way to Sturgis and the only thing I came home with was a Sturgis t-shirt. I'd be a little ashamed of myself.
So I don't do t-shirts anymore because they shrink. Well, that's what I claim.
Yeah,
The shirts shrink, but no. So like on the Harley stuff, like the dealerships, my wife and I started doing shot glasses. So that's kind of our thing. You know, I know some people that do the golf balls.
Yeah.
And you know, it's one of those things where if I went to Sturgis, I would have to pick up exactly Spiff. They shrink. But yeah, it's one of those things where I would have to pick up a shot glass from the Harley shop there. But I
mean, if you're going to Sturgis, dude, I'd go to the Buffalo Chip, do a shot, and see if they let you keep the glass. That'd be a pretty dope ass story too.
You're talking to the guy who does not drink.
That makes two of us. Wow.
I never said you had to be a shot of alcohol.
Yeah, can I get a shot of water, please?
I'm
going to go ahead and
it
keep
doesn't
that
matter.
glass.
You could say you did a shot inside the Buffalo Chip. Doesn't
But
matter
see-
what the contents is.
And that's something else that comes up that I think all of us have to consider. What you look for in bragging rights, what Dees looks for in bragging rights, myself and Wigsley, is all different. So for us, the bragging right may be that shot at the Buffalo Chip. The other one might, for D's, it might be, okay, I got this kick-ass ground up photo of my bike in front of Rushmore. I don't know what you ride, D, but for me, have my Rushmore edition Harley in front of Rushmore, that's an epic shot.
Yeah.
So stuff like that, it's what you look for in the bragging rights is what it's all about.
Yeah, that's very true, man. Yeah, and you bring up a great point, like Mount Rushmore, the Black Hills. I did this video. It hadn't gotten a ton of views, but it got some really good comments where I asked people, hey, if you've ever been there, like I'm open. I'm a virgin to Sturgis. If you've ever been there, put down some of the rides, maybe some places people don't know about. And one of the guys, Prairie Boy 77, he says, oh, a lot of people don't know that at a certain point in these rides, there are caves. So you can actually go into these caves, like Mount Rushmore itself, fucking historic. Like these kind of places, I might never go there, with my wife or on a vacation because, maybe she doesn't want to go to places like that, but there are a lot of, just kind of bucket list things. Another one, Daytona. I'd love to go to Daytona Bike Week sometime. Haven't been there yet. Maybe that's next year.
That's going to be
maybe never go to Sturgis again. I don't know. Maybe I go there and I'm like, this fucking sucked. But
yeah, I'm gonna go down south to Jackson Hole and hang out.
Yeah, yeah, man. All those places. Shit, I want to ride my bike down into Mexico one day, or go to Tijuana, or one of those crazy ass places.
Anonymous says Deez has bragging rights that have supple skin. And Spiff's like, geez, just buy him dinner already.
Had to shave up for this one. I mean,
no,
even had to get the hair buzzed. It's bullshit, but anyway.
But no, I mean, like, I think one of the pictures I've always wanted is to have my bike in the Yellowstone caldera. Just like think about that. 50 years in the future, that bitch might erupt, but then like have a picture be like, oh look, this is my bike sitting where that thing just erupted.
50 years from now, dude, it's still 2020. We got halfway to go in this bitch.
Yeah.
And there's a whole lot of shit going on out there.
I'm calling Yellowstone's going to erupt somewhat in the end of 2020 just to top it all off.
Or St. Helens going to go.
Again, for the sake, or Mount Rainier. I actually have dust and shit from Mount St. Helens. My parents lived there when it erupted.
No shit.
Yeah, that's shit.
Man. You know what? And that's a good point, because you never know. Who knows, man? Maybe they end up saying, hey, shit, maybe this Corona thing comes back and they don't even, maybe all the bike shops leave Sturgis next year because they don't do Sturgis anymore. The crowds dwindle and they end up going to fucking Michigan. I don't know.
Let's not go too far.
Why would they want to go to a shithole like Michigan?
Mick and Wigs are from there. I would
that's shithole. Hey, you know what? Hey, Texas, you know what we got?
Detroit's the only city in the country not on fire right now.
San Antonio's not.
Props.
I
Yeah.
saw that picture of the riot squads in San Antonio. I saw that.
Here's
In
the
front
thing.
of the
Here's the
Al-
thing about San Antonio.
There's like
I'll go
70 or
ahead.
80 cops in riot gear, and the Alamo's right behind them.
Oh God, that's a long story though too. You know what I'm talking about, Roadblock.
Hey, they don't care. You can go and rip that entire downtown to shreds. You touch the Alamo, you will not be alive to have a trial.
How long did Ozzy get banned for? Pissed on the Alamo, 20 years.
Isn't he still banned?
It
No,
may be.
no, he's
No,
been
he went
banned.
back. He went back.
Yeah,
And
it
Pete
was
got
like
it
20
again.
years.
Yeah, it was fucked up. What happened in downtown, man? Jesus, I was surprised to tell you the truth. I talked to some cops down there, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it turned out to be pretty tame." That was like at 7:30 p.m. And then around 9 o'clock, my brother's like, "Are you okay, man?" They're like tear gassing people. Like, what, in San Antonio? Bullshit.
That's why you wear your hat.
A bunch of dumb. I mean, it was just horrible.
That's why you wear your goddamn helmet. Which you
That's-
want,
And then
wear
you got to
fucking-
There you
remember,
go.
they got to have balls to do that, because in San Antonio, a lot of people, if they don't have guns, they got knives. Like the town is still very ruddy.
Here's the thing, and a lot of people may not know this, but if you look like me in San Antonio, you are the minority.
Yeah, that's true.
If you have severely darker skin, you are the extreme minority. I think the only minority that has it worse than African Americans would be Asians in San Antonio.
Yeah.
If you are not of some form of Latin descent, you're the minority here.
Yeah.
A lot of the Black Lives Matter and Anonymous and all this other stuff that goes on, a lot of that shit doesn't happen here. You know, we'll get a little bit of uproar. But one, we have the Texas tan here in Texas.
Right.
They have zero fucks to give.
We have the Michigan blue up here in Michigan.
We also have these other little bastards called Texas Rangers.
Mm.
Zero fucks to give.
Yeah.
So just it comes down to that. I mean,
It is a very different place. You bring up a good point, Johnny, because like in San Antonio, right? I would say probably 60% of the people there, it's very unique. 60% of the people probably have a mix of Hispanic and white. So there are people like you can't even tell. You should see my youngest kid. My youngest kid is whiter than any of you dudes. And we're like, hey man, make sure you apply for the Hispanic scholarship. And he's like, they're not gonna believe me. I said, bullshit, man, just do it. But those people also have some of them have, I mean, they're just like, some of them are still backwoods. So you could run into a Mexican dude with the country accent, and he's strapped. He's got a shotgun in the back of his truck, and he's like, let's play football. And you're like, what the fuck?
What just happened?
Check it out. Yeah, what just happened? Where am I?
And then you'll see some white dudes wearing the Cholo shirt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They got the Dixons buttoned all the way up. You'll see them, with the khakis. Oh, you see them all the time. You go to the dealership, and they've got the Vikla motorcycles all over the place and shit. It's a trip. Strange city.
Our Michigan State Police is basically military police roaming around claiming that they're civilian, and their vehicles are freaking blue.
I'll tell you this right now.
I got pulled over by MSP once, and the cop was pretty cool. He wrote me a ticket, but let me go on some shit he could have arrested me for. And then before he pulled away, he told me, I got to go first. You can't drive this car away in front of me. He gets in his car, and I watched him reach in his visor, and legit, it's unmistakable when somebody lights not a cigarette. And I watched him smoke a roach and drive away. No fucks. No way.
So, okay, and here's the thing about Texas tan. I got pulled over the other day going up to see my dad. The guy clocked me doing 94 and a 75. He said, hey, I have to give you a ticket. I was like, fair enough. He wasn't a dick. when I notified him that I had a firearm, he's like, "Cool, no worries, whole 9 yards." Then it comes out that my insurance company had messed up my insurance card. He's like, "Well, I hate dinging people twice, so let me give you this ticket because this one has no monetary fines attached to it." I was like, "Hell yeah!" But just like everything, it comes down to the officer was cool because I was cool with him. You know, I didn't try to resist or be a dick, treat him like shit. He's doing his job. I was breaking the law. His job is to enforce it. It's very simple how all this crazy shit happens.
Well, and not just that, but like, let's say, even if you had a gripe to say, well, I wasn't speeding, and I could, like, having the presence of mind to know that arguing with the cop in the middle of his shift on the side of the road might not be the place. That's why we have a court system where you can fight a ticket. I've gotten out of tickets because the cop pulled me over and you were doing X. I said, I don't really think so, but you're going to write me the ticket or not. He writes me the ticket. I take it to court, and the judge didn't want to let me go on it, and he did because I was respectful. And because I knew the time and place that it was appropriate, and I stated my case. And I ended up skating on it.
Yeah. Look, my wife gives me grief all the time because I've successfully gotten out of hundreds, literally hundreds of tickets. And yes, I do have a hookup on my driver's license and my concealed carry license.
Does it say white privilege
It
right
says
on your card?
veteran on the card. that might as well be white privilege.
Yeah.
Because as soon as those cops see it, you just see it. It happens. They get a little calmer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the fact that I'm handing him both my driver's license and my concealed carry license, I don't make anything that looks threatening to him. I mean, it's all very common sense, but I also do not have a fear of police officers. I've never had to have a fear of police officers. You're not going to see too many cops hitting me and trying to beat me down for something. It doesn't usually happen that way.
The most well-known Texas Ranger of all times.
Hey, he's actually a good human being too.
He'll never die.
My uncle used to be his driver. So, just super down to earth.
There's an episode of that show where Walker tells a little kid that he has AIDS.
Yeah.
It's very emotional. It's probably my favorite episode.
So Texas Highway Patrol has those.
They have a lot of stuff.
Just a little bit of everything?
Yeah. So, yeah, they still run Harleys. They have interceptors out there, interceptor motorcycles, as well as cars. They do have some undercover Mustangs that they run that are pretty badass. Now, Deez can attest to this. The Mustangs in San Antonio, those guys are just evil.
Oh, dude. San Antonio, I don't know if they're Rangers or if they're SAPD. We got cars out there that are black on black. So they have to be marked police, but it's a black police car with black letters. Like, you're like, man, this is almost KGB shit. I feel like I'm getting set up. They'll pull up to you too, man, and you'll think, oh shit, let me rev my engine, rev my bike a little bit. Surprise, that's a cop.
Yeah, so Hillsboro, up north of Waco, they do the same thing. It's a shiny black base coat paint, and then they have police in a flat black because they consider that contrasting colors. Therefore, it's legal.
Get the fuck out of here.
But Wigsley, this explains a lot to us. So go check out Wigsley's video when he puts this up. But it says the BMW that the Michigan State Police tested went from 1 to 100 in 10.75 seconds.
Jesus. But you know what, man? I've thought about this. When you got a black on black police car,
that guy was bald.
You're trying. A black on black cop car is not trying to dissuade crime from happening. They're just trying to catch people. Like, there are some places where police cars are fucking white with blue and green checkered stripes on the side, lights on top. It says police car, and you're less likely to fuck up when you see that.
Yeah, it's prevention instead of reaction.
Yeah, I should be able to tell it's a cop in case I need help.
Well, also too, people say, "Oh, I got away with speeding because that cop didn't move." Well, that wasn't the cop's job.
Ron Swanson.
You have cops that are stationed, at least in Texas, they'll station troopers at specific choke points just in case.
Oh, if you ever come up through Michigan, don't travel on I-75. That is a hotbed for Michigan State Police. Like, literally, they will be waiting in packs of 4 or 5 motorcycles.
Don't go on 75 anyways, because 75's trash. Our roads are atrocious.
No, 75 South is beautiful down below Detroit.
Is that the one that goes down into, like, Ann Arbor and Lima, Ohio? Is that 75?
No,
that's 31.
75 goes straight from Detroit to Flint, and it goes, 75 goes all the way down to Florida.
So I'll give everyone, all the people watching and listening right now, biggest piece of advice. If you are not riding in your home state, don't break the law because you are already a target. Because they already know that chances are, like, if my Texas license plate ends up in Michigan, they're going to write me every ticket they can because they're not going to fight it.
You can ride anywhere in New Orleans with a gun out, even fire off a round. Lawless here. No, I mean, that's the one added benefit to being on a motorcycle is I feel like you get messed with a lot less, even if you're speeding, especially on the highways.
If you're on a cruiser style motorcycle, the cops aren't going to mess with you as much. I mean, there's times even on just the regular surface roads, I'm doing 60 in a 45, and cops are throwing deuces up. But then the sport bike behind me doing 55 is getting pulled over. It's a stigma thing. One of my less failed vlog videos, I actually talk about this, why sport bikes get pulled over more than cruisers. And I did put a comedic twist on it, but if you think about it, you're not a challenge. If you're on a Harley, you're not a challenge for the cops. Even the cops in the Crown Vics know where your bike tops out, and they still have another gear before their bikes or their car's going to top out. Guys on a sport bike, that's a challenge. That's an adrenaline rush. With the Harleys, you have a higher likelihood from a police officer's perspective. You have a higher likelihood that they're going to have a gun on them. At the same time, you also have the higher likelihood that they're going to be a 55-year-old white dude who's some kind of lawyer, doctor, or accountant who's out just enjoying his weekend ride.
No, and that's what I'm looking at is like, that's very true here in Michigan. Like, I've noticed that state police bikes like to chase other motorcycles, just because if a car or anyone actually, I think they just like to get on their bike fast. Because what they'll do is they'll gun you. Is from what we've figured out and what I've figured out over time is they'll gun you, and then they'll wait for you to get some time down the road so that they can chase you. That's the fun part. Like when you can just get out and go. And I've watched, like, Wigsley and me caught it on camera, dude. That dude on that BMW caught us so fast. Like, and we were going like 75, like, and that dude caught up to us like we were standing still, and then freaking rear bumper checked someone and then busted over.
Yeah, it was ballsy.
I don't know what bike it was in Allen, Texas. So this is a suburb north of Dallas on 75 in Dallas. I was on my Softail running hard against a Corvette, just playing around. Maybe clipping around 100. I do not see this cop at all, but it was a motorcycle cop. But I was more focused on trying to somehow outrun this Corvette. Wasn't ever going to happen, but young, dumb, and stupid right here. In the blink of an eye, I see the red and blue lights come on. It is a white Japanese-styled motorcycle. The Corvette drops a gear and goes. I just continued. Just continued. This cop pulls up next to me like I had been standing still, throws a deuce, and then goes and pulls over the Corvette.
What's up, bro?
I don't know what that bike was, but when he pulled up next to me, and this is within a couple of seconds, I was at 105, 110. He got to that from a dead standstill.
Do you know why he kicked you the deuces? Because it was more of like my bike's faster than your bike at that moment. And then he's like, the Corvette's the big money ticket.
Well, a lot of these
respect
guys...
for keeping up with the Corvette.
Well, a lot of these guys, they get off of their police motorcycles and hop on a Harley to go ride home. So, I don't know. All I know is I don't want to end up getting beat. So I don't fuck with cops.
Dude, that needs to be made into like a GIF.
I mean, I hate to make light of it. I think all of this racist shit is happening, and I think it's horrible. But I think the meme is you get the most prolific 8 people who have been injured because of police brutality, whatever you want to call it. You put those in a ring, and in the middle, don't end up like these people. Don't fight the cops. Because let's face it, what's the worst way that you can fuck over a police department? Public opinion. The vote of public opinion. Now, I know in Texas, sheriffs, chiefs of police, they're elected officials. When they are fucking up, they are fired. They do not pass go. They do not collect $200. So that's where you fight it. You fight it in the court of public opinion. Because when you make that lawsuit hit, there's going to be a journalist that's going to call your lawyer within an hour. Because that is a public record. It's going to hit. Now you have a platform. That's where you speak your message. I don't know. I'm not saying that racism is not out there, because it's clear that everyone has a form of bigotry in our hearts. It could be in your face, or it could be subconscious, but we all have it. Trying to eradicate that, trying to eradicate racism is not going to happen. If you teach people how to deal with it and how to deal with all the hatred they have, that's how you're going to end the consequences or the side effects of racism.
And also, as like a public thing, just on my channel, if you are going to be pulled over by police on a motorcycle, don't run. Because they have dash cams, they have all that kind of stuff. They'll get your plate, they'll know where you're at. Just pull over. It's a lot easier. Less people get in danger. I mean, there's
no
videos.
Motorcycle can outrun one of these and then pretend this is a cop radio.
And only one Dodge Challenger so far has outran the police, radio and helicopter. I believe that was in Texas. Or is that Oklahoma? A dude straight up, he had a Dodge Challenger Demon or Hellcat or something. It was a Hellcat. And he outran the police chopper. The only reason he got caught is because he ran out of gas.
I think Deez is stuck in frozen mode.
It's a good frame, though. No, it's one of those things where you just stupid actions get stupid results. And I know that sounds like that goes both sides. I want everyone to know that. It goes both sides.
Here's the thing. I would say the majority of the situations that are hitting the news a lot of those people may have been able to still be alive if they wouldn't have resisted. At the same time, the police shouldn't have profiled them. They should have treated them with respect so that it's not putting the people on the defensive. You know, you see all these police brutality videos and memes and everything going out there. People are genuinely scared of what could happen if they get pulled over. Well, you can't fix yourself if everyone's scared of you, because now there's an even worse stigma. It's a never-ending cycle.
I think going back to what you said, man, I think it's super important that people talk about the police needing to like de-escalate. I fucking watch YouTube, man, and I watch some of the videos of people getting pulled over and the different ways people deal with it, and I know how I deal with it, and I know that I personally take it upon myself when I encounter an officer of the law is to consciously, like, okay, I'm kind of extra, I'm real animated, right? Mm-hmm. I try not to be that way with a police officer. I consciously slow down my breathing, slow down my talking, try to react to things with absolutely zero emotion, just the answer to their question.
Or just be positive.
I try to de-escalate it with them, hoping that, just like they're probably hoping that, we're both going to walk away from it with whatever I got, a slap on the wrist, a ticket, whatever. I keep my damn hands where they can see them. Like you said, it's real simple. Also, as an American, I'll say that, like, race aside, it bothers me to watch the police beat down a citizen or do what happened to George Floyd to a citizen, even if that citizen's guilty of something, unless they pose an immediate threat to everyone around them. It's the police's job to take you in safely. You're a citizen. So,
yeah.
No, and that's the problem, is that, like, the one picture that's been being brought up a lot is the picture of that Marine with a person in handcuffs, like, taking the person, right? There's two sides to that picture. Everyone's like, well, how can a Marine in a war zone take someone prisoner like that and not use excessive force or anything like that? The difference between that world and what people are saying about that picture.
Better trained than police.
No, it's. I mean, for that aspect, detaining, yes, we are, like, detaining people, military.
Okay, wait. There's a very, very distinct difference when you are a soldier in a combat zone.
Oh, I know.
And you are taking people into custody that are suspected terrorists or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
The biggest difference, the M1A1 Abrams that's parked 20 meters behind you, that's pointed at their entire city. That's one difference. But two, it's a war zone. We are an occupying force in their country.
No, and that's what I was getting at is,
most people over there, beyond what the media says, most of them gave up. They did not want to have themselves shot.
Yeah.
If you treat every situation with police officers as these people in war zones treated soldiers, there'd probably be less hostility, less police brutality. Because I have to look at it from a police officer's point of view as well. Every day that they go into work, they're going to probably be dealing with people at the worst moment of that person's day. If they're speeding, there's probably a chance or a reason that that person was speeding. Sometimes it's just to go fast. Cool. But they could be trying to get home to a sick kid or trying to get to their wife who's in the hospital or something. They're having to weigh out human nature versus the law every single day. And these guys and women have to literally face the opportunity that they're going to get shot because they were pulling someone over to let them know that their headlight or their tail light's out.
No, and what I was saying about that picture is while the military, I feel, is better at detainment techniques, it's because you have to be. Like it's part of the like you're going to be. It's not like you're going to be every day as a police officer you're going to arrest someone. Right? It's not every day that's going to happen.
But they don't. But police officers don't know that.
Well, no, and that's what I'm saying is in the military, the reason we get so good at detaining people is because it's an everyday occurrence. All right, and you know how to do it right. With the civilian side of it, is I feel like there could be a better community interaction training done. Because and the reason I say that is I'll put out look at Los Angeles, right? You get a kid from Michigan that applies to be on LAPD. He gets accepted. He gets through the training and gets put into a car. He does not know that community. The community does not know him. And when you get into that situation, that's where you get these people their whole life. They've been told LA and that whole area is all about gang violence and all this kind of stuff. Is their perceptions of that environment can lead to different reactions to what they're doing. Something a lot of people don't know is what happened with George Floyd was horrible. All right, and that's a technique that I don't understand why that happened. Why in their mind they thought that was okay. But also to the other officers in Minneapolis, a lot of people don't know that there is a large problem with Somali gang members, basically. People coming from Somalia over to the United States, going to Minneapolis. Because literally the one area has the nickname Mini Mogadishu. That's the nickname. These people have understood violence and know violence. And that's what the officer faces, So you don't know what someone's mindset because of that stuff. And that dude did something completely stupid, and that's a technique that I don't know why they taught that, because even in the military that you get taught that kind of stuff, but not for that extended period of time. It's basically get the cuffs, get the zip ties on and get them out. But most of the time, your knees in their back, so that you are ready to go for anything else that might try to harm you.
Yeah, I mean, so don't defund the police. Reallocate those funds to train them better, to give them the tools that they need, so they don't have to use throat and neck bars and different types of holds that could potentially kill someone.
I mean, I found out some people put. You know what's something really cool though? For us as people that love motorcycles, not saying you'll ever become a cop, but some departments will hire people specifically because they know how to ride a motorcycle, and they have motorcycle police positions they need to fill, and they'll put you through the academy for it. So just keep that in mind. I mean,
there's a movie about that, right? Chips?
No,
Chips.
Is it? I've honestly never watched Chips.
Really? The new one's great. The reboot's fucking hilarious.
Treats a gold wing like an enduro bike. Gotta love it.
Oh, I've seen the new one with what's his name?
That's the one we're talking about.
Oh,
Dax Shepard.
Yeah.
No, but I'm talking I know Sterling Heights over here does it. I know that a few other places around us do it. And plus, if you have to buy your motorcycle and you already have one,
that's not quite how it works there, bud.
I'd do it.
You can't supply your own heritage. I couldn't take my Road Glide and say, "Okay, I'm here. Go ahead and outfit it." It's not how it works.
But could you?
See a cop rolling down like that?
Aped out? Shoot, yeah.
Hey, man, you were talking about the defunding. That's crazy, dude. I mean, I think that whole defunding conversation was like a knee-jerk reaction. People are shit. You defund the cops, it doesn't put a decrease in crime. It just doesn't. And I'm probably one of the most, I'm probably more for personal freedoms and liberties than a lot of other people.
Oh, what's up, Leaky?
I definitely don't want to see cops getting wild and putting people in chokeholds and shit, but you cannot defund a police department, bro. There is no way. You would have absolute anarchy.
Well,
not to give myself away. But let's not forget that the same people that want to get rid of the police, up until like 5 weeks ago, couldn't stop lecturing everybody about guns. So I don't know what the fuck they think's gonna happen in their neighborhood where everybody doesn't have a fucking gun when you get rid of the fucking police. But that sounds like a target to me. If I were a bad person, those are the neighborhoods I'd go to.
Heck, dude. Like, people are still getting, like, that's the biggest problem is illegal stuff, you know, the black market, if you want to call it that. But there's...
Why does it gotta be black?
Dude, my fucking weed dealer today told me that he thinks it's insane people want to get rid of the police.
I think it's insane that you still go to a weed dealer when you have legal dispensaries.
It's like 40 fucking minutes away. It's odd.
And
They
it's
just
probably
passed,
cheaper going through your...
non-medical or recreational, so like only certain dispos have licenses. It's, of course, a bureaucratic government mess because the government's not even good at fucking letting me buy weed.
Well, it's more expensive too.
Yeah.
Let's say if this was a cannabis cartridge, hypothetically speaking, of course, this would cost me $60 in San Francisco.
Hypothetical.
Whereas not in a dispensary, it cost me $30 because there's no tax on it. And the profit margin's less because the wholesaler is selling it illegally.
Right.
You know, just things.
We have like delivery services here where the deal is to circumvent the way the law is written currently, you pay $50 for a t-shirt or for a piece of art or something. And then as a bonus, the delivery driver would like to tip you with $50 worth of weed.
Tip.
He's just giving you a gift.
It's a gift with your t-shirt. It's a gift because you can gift marijuana to people, but you can't sell as a third party marijuana to people unless you're their caregiver.
That's pretty slick.
I love the laws in Amsterdam. You can possess it. You can use it. But as a civilian, you're not legally allowed to grow it.
Yeah.
That's how they corner it and regulate it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I plan to go get ripped and play putt-putt this weekend.
They also have a thing called Needle Park in Amsterdam. So there's that.
Yeah. I'm not saying that's perfect.
It's a good time. Dude, it's a good time for everybody, the wife, the kids.
Yeah. The red light district alone.
Yes.
Or if you want to teach your kids about homosexuality and transvestitism, that's probably made up.
I don't think that's what they say.
But they also have a district for that down there. Don't turn left. It's not the red light. It's the pink light. Be careful. Don't be ripped out of your fucking mind and start getting your shades mixed up.
In the Navy.
No, I was a civilian.
Well, we can go for 2 hours, guys. I'm going to end the live stream there because I still got light out, and I might go take a nice evening stroll while I'm, at. But thanks for everyone that stopped by, and this chat got way the hell out of hand like it normally does, so it's always great. I appreciate Deez, Wigsley, and Johnny Roadblock for being here, and Patrick, who was on earlier. I look forward to doing it again next week. If you guys want to, go over to the Riding Adventures Facebook page and put up some topics you'd like to hear talked about, and then we go completely off track and figure out where that goes. Because we went from futuristic bicycles to where my weed dealer lives. Anyways.
What is that noise?
I have no idea. Anyways. As always, I hope you guys all have a great day, evening, night, morning, afternoon tea, brunch, lunch, nightcap, midnight snack, crumpet, McGriddle, bacon sandwich. And remember to always ride for freedom. And I guess find your local antidepressant dealer.